Come with me as I fly from Sri Lanka to Tokyo, Japan. Y'all, I can't believe I'm even saying that right now. Before the trip started, though, it's time for me to say goodbye to my Airbnb hosts who literally were like family by the time I left. They even gave me this gift to remember Sri Lanka by. And I had a whole send-off party when I was driving to the airport. Bye. Oh, they're so nice. After a 2.5-hour drive and a ram jam airport, I made it onto my first flight. Door to door, this entire piece of travel took me about 25 hours. So y'all, we buckling in the 75th row, the last row in the back of the plane. But I was by myself, so I'm in happy mind. To entertain myself for the 6.5-hour flight, I decided to watch this Chinese drama, which was good, even though all I could read was the body language. Next, this plain food slapped. I tell y'all, it was so good. Even if it was spicy. Of course, because it's Sri Lanka. Then I actually ended up sleeping for the second half of the plane ride because y'all, there was bad turbulence. And it's either I sleep or I freak out. I had a 6.5-hour layover, and then we end up on the flight to Tokyo. I'm excited. Japan was never really on my radar for this trip, but things worked out where I was able to make it happen. As you can see, as soon as we landed, I was just so grateful and so in awe that, y'all, I'm actually here in Japan. Now, my first stop was literally to the bathroom. All, if you've never used a Japanese toilet in your life, please do yourself a favor and find a restaurant or something that has one, because you see all these buttons here. The moment you figure out exactly how to use them, your life changed. Now, I was nervous from the jump for this Japan trip because for the first couple of days I'd be by myself. There was no connect I had made on the ground. Nobody to meet me at where I was staying. I was nervous, but told myself, girl, you got Even though Tokyo is a huge city and you don't know the language, you can figure this out. Luckily, as soon as you walk out of arrivals, there's a tourism booth where people speak English and can answer all your questions, which I went to. My second stop was to the ATM right around the corner to withdraw some cash because you just never know. My third stop was to a booth that sold SIM cards and data so that I can get connected to the internet real quick. Fourth on my list was to get a pass to get access to the public transportation here in Tokyo. That's what you have to use to get around. Dedicated staff right here that you can ask any questions that you need, but basically you stand in line to get this card that once you top it up with money, I put about $20 on mine. It gives you access to all the trains, all the buses. So once you have this card, you can go any and everywhere, really and truly. Now at this point, you can't get lost because the train station and them are right there. So just make sure you get on the line, your Google Maps say to go, tap your card, and you're good to go. It genuinely seemed like this is the route everybody takes, so I didn't feel out of place or anything. Not me spotting cheaper data plans in the train station, remember? And also not at the train station, me outside and me see that the temperature is cold. I dropped the ball and forgot to check it. I got on the first train of 2, and this is what it looks like. Everybody was definitely quiet and keeping to themselves. I even saw signs saying like put your phones on silent. This is me showing that I'm alive and well. I didn't realize, but this airport is right next to the ocean, so look at this canal area here in Tokyo. After that, I had to transfer trains at this other station, but luckily this other lady helped me and another solo female traveler. She directed us exactly where we needed to go. It was plenty people and bobbing and weaving and trains, but she was like, just go here, and I was so grateful. So even though I could still feel the adrenaline rush of just being here and figuring things out, I was tired. I made it to the final station and now had to catch a bus, but turns out I went to the wrong side, so I ended up waiting on the wrong bus in the cold. Home, I never know the place cold. And this is why it's important to read signs and ask questions, because me asked the bus driver, excuse me, doesn't make this stop? And with his little English, he pointed me to the other side. So I made it on the right bus and took that to my stop, where I had to come off and then walk for another 10-15 minutes dragging my suitcase. But luckily the road and them smooth, so them in there glide down the street. But your girl was still tired. Almost there though. After walking through this little pedestrian pathway. Just as I top of Google and nice road, look where it sent me. On a footpath. True bush, but around the corner I ended up finding the place where I'll be staying for the next couple of days. And the only way I could describe this place is a very efficient use of space, but at the same time I had everything you needed: a little single bed, a little window with some light, iron towels, a desk, even a little kitchenette, a kitchenette with a little fridge and stove and all kind of things. The shower and the toilet have enough space for you, one and God. Once you don't try to stretch your hands in there, you'll be fine. I also made this awesome discovery with the toilet. Y'all, I just flushed the toilet and realized this is the sink and it's refilling the toilet. So smart. By this point I was traveling for 24 hours straight, so me been hungry. Right across the street there was this cafe / restaurant, so I treated myself to some lasagna, some wine, and they had this live performance. Am I seeing right? A Jamaican lampshade here in Tokyo, This Japan. Was a sign. I was exactly where I needed to be. That place was also my bed. So right across the street too, there was a little convenience store. I just grabbed a couple of things that I could eat for breakfast the next day. This is definitely a travel budget hack. I ended up having to switch rooms because this one had less street noise. All in all, I made it safe and sound to Tokyo, Japan. I hope y'all are very excited to explore. If you are, let me know in the comments, because I'm even still pinching myself that this is happening. But let's go and see what Global Gal Adventures Tokyo has to offer. Yeah!